Hey folks, want to jump on here and shoot a quick podcast episode. This one is going to be on a business called The Commons. Before we start, I am a member, but it's not an advertisement or sponsorship. It's a great spot. That said, let's get into the show. The Commons is a membership based creative co working and flexible workspace business in Australia designed to support businesses, freelancers, startups, and professionals with modern collaborative work environments. What The Common is a premium co working space provider offering shared workspaces, private offices, meeting rooms, and event spaces across multiple locations in Melbourne and Sydney. It's a membership driven business with a single pass that gives members access to all its locations, plus amenities like meeting and conference rooms, studios, wellness programs, and networking events. The brand also extends into associated hospitality and lifestyle elements such as cafes, bars, and wellness facilities at some sites. Business background: founded in 2016 by two Australian entrepreneurs who started with a creative workspace in Melbourne's Collingwood, it has since expanded to many locations in Victoria and New South Wales. The company places strong emphasis on community, sustainability, design quality, and work-life integration for its members. It has achieved B Corp certification, reflecting commitments to social and environmental performance alongside its commercial activities. Scale and offerings: The Commons operates multiple locations, over a dozen across Melbourne and Sydney, with diverse spaces designed to inspire productivity and collaboration. Typical offerings include co-working desks, private offices, enterprise solutions, on-demand workspace access, event venues, studios, and member programs that encourage networking and professional growth. Business structure: ABN. One sec. For those of you who don't know, which is myself included, an Australian business number. ABN is a unique 11-digit identifier for businesses, sole traders, and organizations to interact with the Australian Taxation Office, ATO. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. You probably need to seek one out if you're looking to act on this information or to receive proper knowledge. But this is proper knowledge. This is the AA overview on Google, so whatever you think, maybe I'm not a financial advisor. With the Australian Tax Office, ATO, and government agencies, it is used for invoices, registering for GST. By the way, GST in Australia is the Goods and Services Tax. GST is a broad-based 10% value-added tax applied to most goods, services, and imported items consumed within the country. Introduced on July 1, 2000, it is collected by registered businesses on behalf of the Australian Taxation Office, ATO. Key aspects of GST in Australia: rate: a flat 10% is added to the final price of most goods and services. Registration: businesses with a GST turnover of over $75,000, presuming AUD, or more $150,000 for non-profits, must register with the ATO. How it works: businesses include GST in their sales output tax and can claim credits for GST included in their business purchases. Input tax exemptions: some items are, quote, GST free, end quote, or, quote, input taxed, end quote, including many basic foods, health services, and education. Distribution: all GST revenue collected is distributed by the federal government to state and territory governments to fund public services like hospitals and schools. Registered businesses report their GST obligations to the ATO through a business activity statement, BAS, usually on a quarterly basis. And then we went over the ABN and government agencies. It is used for invoices, registering for GST, and confirming business identity, essential for avoiding tax withholding. Key aspects of an ABN: purpose: identifies your business to the government, suppliers, and customers. Requirement: mandatory for operating a business, registering a business name, or registering for GST. Withholding tax: without a ABN, other businesses must withhold 47%, the top marginal rate, from payments made to you. Registration: applying for an ABN is free, but you must be entitled to one, e.g. carrying on an enterprise. Public record: ABN details are listed on the Australian Business Register, and there's a link, you can click on it, and it goes to the it goes to the Australian Business Register. Very good. With the ABOR, and can be searched on ABN Lookup. That is also linked. And ABN is separate from a tax file number, TFN, and must be quoted on invoices to avoid automatic tax deductions. There are several registered Australian private companies operating under the Commons brand, e.g. the Commons Martin Place Pty Limited and the Commons Collins Street PYT or Pty. The Commons Martin Place Pty Limited and the Commons Collins Street Pty Limited, each holding a ABN and registered for GST, reflecting how the business is structured legally across sites. In summary, the Commons is one of Australia's leading creative co-working and flexible office operators, known for its community ethos, stylish design, and integrated service offerings for modern businesses and professionals. As of 2026, the Commons has established this over on gemini.google.com. As of 2026, the Commons has established itself as one of Australia's premier co-working networks, known for blending, quote, high-end, quote, hotel-style, end quote, design with a strong focus on wellness and B Corp sustainability. They operate roughly 19 locations across Melbourne and Sydney, categorized by 3 distinct, quote, vibes, end quote. The Commons, the quote, creative, end quote, core brand, wellness, community, vibrant, central house, the, quote, exclusive, I haven't heard that before, end quote, brand, refined, formal, professional, form, the, quote, luxury, end quote, brand, exclusive, sophisticated, concierge-led. This is interesting. Central house. We talked about the form, quote, luxury, end quote, brand, exclusive, sophisticated, concierge-led. Locations, number 1, 2026. City, Melbourne, primary locations, or primary areas, geez. I think I need to eat a bit more food. CBD, Collingwood, Cremorne, South Yarra, South Melbourne. Notable spots: 55 Collins Street, Paris End, Gibb Street, Collingwood. 33 Cremorne Street includes a massive 5,000 square metre health club. Sydney CBD, Surrey Hills, Chippendale. 388 George Street, flagship. 32 York Street, historic hotel conversion. 121 Castlereagh Street, opened recently. Number 2, membership and pricing, approximate. Prices vary by location, but generally follow this structure, excluding GST, which is, we mentioned, the goods and services tax in Australia. On demand / pass or day pass, around $50 to $80 per day. It's AUD. Open desk, hot desking starts at $500 to $550 per month, AUD. Includes 24/7 access to your home site and business hour access to others. Dedicated desk from $850 to $1,000 AUD per month. You get your own permanent desk, ergonomic chair and storage. Private office starts from $1,700 to $2,500 per month. For a 2-person suite, higher-end CBD locations like Martin Place or George Street command a premium. Number 3, iconic amenities. The Commons is famous for including, quote, perks, end quote, that go beyond just fast Wi-Fi and coffee. Wellness. Most sites offer yoga / meditation classes and, quote, sensory rooms, end quote. The Richmond / Cremorne site features a full-scale bathhouse and gym. Creativity, professional podcast studios, photography studios with cyclorama walls. I've never heard that term before. One sec. A sick wall, end quote, or excuse me, a quote, sick wall, end quote, is a curved, seamless studio background designed to eliminate corner lines and create the illusion of infinite, boundless space. Widely used in photography and video production, these white, green, or colored walls allow for clean, shadowless lighting, making them ideal for product, fashion, and vehicle or film shots. Key aspects. Cyclorama. Very interesting. Key aspects of Cyclorama's function: they create an quote infinity end quote effect, removing background distractions for professional high quality images and videos. Types: Studio Cyclorama, common in, for example, Sydney studio rentals. These are typical. I'm just getting into something else here. Pretty cool. I haven't been to all the locations. And maker spaces, social rooftop beer and cider taps, often featuring local brews, indoor golf simulators, arcade rooms and libraries. Pet friendly, most locations, especially the inner city fringe ones, are famously dog friendly. Is it right for you? Choose it if you are creative, a tech startup, or professional who values quote vibe end quote and networking. The interiors are heavily influenced by quote Scandi end quote and mid-century modern aesthetics. Avoid it if you need a strictly traditional, quiet corporate environment, though the central house locations are designed specifically to solve this more formal industries. Very good. I think it's great. Tried it out, and I looked at WeWork as well, but decided to go with the Commons. Just quickly, who are the founders? The Commons, the Australian co-working and flexible workspace business, was founded by two Australian school friends, Cliff Ho and Tom Ye. They started the first Commons workspace in Collingwood, which talked about Melbourne, in 2016, initially as a side project while working other jobs, before building it into a thriving membership-based workspace network across Melbourne and Sydney. Fascinating. One big thing about the Commons in Australia is that it's more than just a co-working space. It's a community-driven, lifestyle-focused ecosystem. Beyond offering desks and offices, it integrates networking, wellness programs, cafes, event spaces, and creative studios, all designed to foster collaboration, creativity, and personal growth. This holistic approach sets it apart from traditional co-working operators. Very good. One big standout thing about the Commons, which we already mentioned, is that it's built around a strong community first and sustainably driven model. Not just desks and offices, it's membership-based space designed to foster real connection. We talked about this: collaboration, well-being among members, and its results back that up. Surveys reported that over 95% of its members are happier to come to work there, and many say they're more productive and growing their business since joining. That community focus, combined with thoughtful design, wellness programs, and a commitment to environmental initiatives like B Corp certification and 100% renewable energy use, sets it apart in Australia's flexible workspace or work landscape. Fascinating. We'll finish up here. Cut up on 15 minutes. One big thing about the Commons in Australia is that it's more than just a co-working space. To repeat really quickly, it's a community-driven, lifestyle-focused ecosystem. Beyond offering desks and offices, it integrates networking, wellness programs, cafes, event spaces, and creative studios, all designed to foster collaboration, creativity, and professional growth. This holistic approach sets it apart from traditional co-working operators. Fascinating. Thanks for listening, folks, and have a wonderful rest of your day.